Hi everybody, Mr. Politics here, and welcome to another video. Has anybody seen that little weasel Grant Shapps? Yes, he's the one who was involved in this super injunction about the leaked Afghan data. The little shit. Where is he hiding? Has anybody seen him? Can anybody say where he is? He hasn't been seen since this has come out, has he? And he said that he has no regrets about imposing a super injunction so as people won't know about the Afghan migrants being flown here in secret. Not only him was involved, but Ben Wallace. There was a time when he was being put forward to become the Tory leader, but of course in the last Tory leadership contest he dropped out. And then let's not forget Robert Jenrick, he's got his eye on the being leader of the Conservatives, hasn't he? But going back to Grant Shapps, I've never liked him. I've never liked him at all, and nobody has. This is why the Tories are in such a mess. This is why they're not making headway, are they? In the polls. You can see why they were roundly beaten in last year's general election. And come the next one, well, they might not even exist, had they, the Tories, in the next election. There might not be a Tory party. Come the next election, they'll probably be, wiped out. Let's hope they are. But going back to Grant Shapps, the little weasel, he seems to be missing, doesn't he? He seems to be missing in action. Isn't it? That's always the way, isn't it, when a story breaks involving something, within a few days, the MPs involved in this, they always seem to be in hiding, don't they? Always seem to be going into hiding, finding a bunker to hide in, and not come out until everything's blowed over. Well, if Grant Shapps thinks he's can hide forever, he's very much mistaken. He won't be able to. He's got to come out of hiding sometime, same as Ben Wallace. He's got to come out of hiding, and there's going to be a lot of questions put to them about what they knew about this. Denying the people the reason why this super injunction was bought for. But of course, now, like I've said, they're in hiding, and they won't show their faces, will they? Mind you, we don't want to see them anyway, because Grant Shapps was a terrible MP, wasn't he? He was a terrible MP. I don't know how he became an MP. The things he was involved in when he was in the Conservatives was in government. And like I've said, Ben Wallace, he put his name forward to be leader of the Conservatives, but he dropped out. And now look at what they're left with. They ended up with Kemi Badenoch, who I don't think will be there much longer. She won't be leader of the Conservatives after the next election, when they're soundly beaten again. But to give her credit, she didn't know anything about this super injunction when she was in government. They didn't tell her. She only just found out, but she wasn't involved. But like I've said, the Tories, they deserve everything they're going to get come the next election. I predict now that the Tories will probably finish fourth. The Liberals will be finished third. And like I've said, if that happens, then there will be no Tory party after the next election. They'll be well and truly gone. I don't know how they're going to pick up the pieces from this if it happens, but it will, because the voters, who will never forgive them for this, mind you, that's why everybody voted for Labour last year's election, wasn't it? They to get rid of the Tories. But I'm afraid the Tories can never be trusted again in government. And I'm afraid the people of this country are going to deliver their verdict come the next election. Like I've said, if there's still a Tory party after the next election, they'll probably cease to exist. And then we won't have a opposition. Well, we haven't got an opposition at the moment, and we haven't not an effective opposition to bring the government to account. To hold the government to account at the moment, because like I've said, Kerry Baker she's not making much progress, is she? Trying to win the voters over and convince the voters that that the Tories should be given another chance, which they won't be. I'm afraid to say that after this debacle, this mess, it'll going to be a long while before the Tories are in government again. They might never be in government again. Anyway, that's the end of this video. Mr. Politics here signing off. And remember, don't believe the lies.